Greetings, my peeps, and welcome to the All Things Basketball Podcast with your boy GD. In this episode, part 2 of my breakdown of both the WNBA Draft that took place and free agency as well. So all that and more. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Okay, guys, it's your boy GD back with the All Things Basketball with GD podcast. And guys, I gave you part 1 of my breakdown of the 2026 WNBA Draft. Well, I kind of mixed them both with the free agency that's going on and the WNBA Draft. So we will continue doing that, guys. We have, from my estimation, 9 teams to talk about. So we're going to kind of whisk through this, hopefully pretty quick. So without any further delay, let's get into it. So I last left off with the Indiana Fever. Now we'll head to the Las Vegas Aces, your defending champions, guys. And as far as this recording here, A'ja Wilson says she's not going anywhere. So she's going to sign her deal. It's just a matter of shoring up the roster, and she'll get her deal signed eventually. So that's the confidence she has in, getting the roster set up so she can sign her deal. But in the interim, Jackie Young, she signs a 1-year max, 1 year, $1.2 million, guys. So she's got her max deal. So it's kind of a 1 year. Let's give it one more try, make a run at this championship. And then after that, people going to have their cap space wide open to absorb a Jackie Young. She's that type of player, guys. And then Chelsea Gray. She gets a 3-year deal, guys, $3 million. So pretty much a services rendered sort of contract for all that she's brought to Las Vegas. So she gets a nice bag, guys, for Chelsea Gray. The point guard, if you will. So there you go there. Also, guys, Jewel Lloyd, she's coming back, guys, on a 3-year deal as well, guys. I believe they had the breakdown of it. Let me see if I can find it, guys. I believe they had the breakdown of her deal. I'm going to look it up here, but I believe they had it. Let's see. Yeah. Give me 1 sec. No, that's the Sparks. I'll be talking about them next. Jewel Lloyd. So Jewel Lloyd, a 3-year deal, $2.5 million. So that's the deal that Jewel Lloyd has, guys. So she gets her a nice bag, guys. So there you go there. So Jewel Lloyd, mind you, she was coming off the bench, guys. They had her as a starter, but it seems like she did better coming off the bench for them. And I think that could possibly continue this season for them. Now, as far as Melissa Smith, she resigns, guys. In fact, she gets her a 1-year, $450,000 deal. So also in the same vein, kind of a 1-year prove-it deal. But she showed vast improvement when she came over to the Las Vegas Aces. Seems like she plays very well off of A'ja Wilson. So Melissa Smith gets her a nice piece of money there. Also, guys, they're bringing back Kirsten Bell, but on a training camp deal. Now, guys, you know I've been kind of hard on her, and I'll continue to be honest with you. Kirsten Bell. Now, mind you, they ended up exposing their rookie from last year, Aaliyah Nye. And lo and behold, Toronto Tempo took her in the expansion draft. But, I mean, I was surprised she was left unprotected, which leads me to think, Kirsten Bell, what are y'all doing? I know y'all didn't protect her, for crying out loud, but I digress. So she comes back. Also, Cheyenne Parker Tyus. Remember, she gave birth during last season, and she came back towards the latter end of the season. So now you got her back healthy. Well, I should say healthy, but, after her pregnancy. So I think she'll be a nice piece for them. Somebody who can come in who can play that center position, give Asia Wilson a break there. So, so she's back in the mix. Also, they bring in Brianna Turner, who was with the Indiana Fever last season on a training camp deal as well. Also, Dana Evans, she comes back, guys. They give her a 2-year, $780,000 deal. So she'll be back for a couple of seasons now for them. Nice piece for them. Also coming off the bench. So her and Jewel Lloyd formed that backcourt coming off the bench for them. Doing very well, guys. A hand clap. So there you go. So, and also Stephanie Talbot, who last played with the New York Liberty, she gets a 1-year, $392,000 deal, guys. So Stephanie Talbot, a forward there that they can use. She's come back because she did lose a Megan Guffinson. So she's a nice piece to fill in as far as that goes. And also you lost Kia Stokes also. So that is the roster. Now, as far as the draft, they only had 2 picks, guys. Janiyah Barker, who they got in the second round towards the latter end of it, out of Tennessee, a power forward, 6'4", so somebody you can groom possibly. And then Jordan Obi that you got in the third round out of Kentucky, a shooting guard. Another player, maybe you can have on the developmental squad. So there you go. So that's the Las Vegas Aces. Let us continue. The LA Sparks. Now, a lot of people were scratching their head as far as the Sparks go with some of the stuff they did, but we'll talk about it. Kelsey Plum taking a 1-year, $999,999 deal. She did this to make sure they had the cap space to add players in. And Kelsey Plum was like, I'll do the 1 year, and then later y'all hit me with the max later on. So Kelsey Plum taking one for the team. $1 shy of $1 million. So there you go there. Dearica Hamby. She gets a 3-year deal at $3.6 million, guys. So Dearica Hamby gets a nice bag for her. She's been a stalwart there, guys. Rock solid player ever since she's come over to the Sparks. So she gets rewarded handsomely. And then you have Ariel Atkins that you got in the Rakia Jackson deal. And you had to pay her. So she's getting a 3-year, $3.4 million deal. So that the Sparks are pushing all their chips to the middle of the table, saying, hey, we got to start making these playoff runs. So Ariel Atkins is a player who's been there, done that. She's won a championship while at Washington. So she went to Chicago last season, kind of an uneven season over there, but she's going to a winning situation here with Coach Lynn Roberts there. So we'll see what she does. And then you're able to snag Erica Wheeler. I thought this was a tremendous get for them. Erica Wheeler, 2 years, $1.5 million for her. Erica Wheeler is a solid veteran, guys. A player who's going to put it all on the line. Definitely a player you want to have on your roster. Erica Wheeler, that type of veteran. Also, you get a couple of players that you're going to have on training camp deals. Julie Van Loo and also Emma Cannon on those type of deals. Oh, and the big one, Nneka Onwuemeke, back for the LA Sparks. 1 year, $950,000 for her. So she returns to the Sparks triumphantly, guys. So there you go. And then from what I'm hearing, guys, Ray Burrell, she will be coming back. They haven't discussed the terms of her deal as of yet, but she's going to re-sign with them. Guys, this is tremendous because you're losing to Rakia Jackson. I say Ray Burrell it's Ray Burrell time. This is based upon what she did in Unrivaled, what she did going into the World Cup qualifiers, playing on that team. I think this is Ray Burrell time, guys. I think this is time for her to rise and shine. And I think she'll do that. I think she's ready. I think I'm calling it early, guys. I think she could be in the running for most improved player in the league. I think that's the kind of season we'll have from Ray Burrell. So it looks like they're re-signing her. She'll be back in the fold. Under contract, still Cameron Brink, and you'll finally get a healthy season from her. So there you go there. And Lisa Peely, also, guys, on her rookie contract. And I'll be interested to see how they use her, guys. Now that she'll have a full training camp with the squad. So I'll be very interested to see that. And then as far as the draft goes, at the 20th pick, Tanaya Latson coming out of South Carolina, shooting guard, bit on the small side, but she's a bucket, guys. At the 24th pick, Chance Gray out of Ohio State, another shooting guard who can light it up. And then the 35th pick, Amelia Hassett out of Kentucky, a power forward. So there you go. All right, so let us continue on. The Minnesota Lynx, they've been getting hammered, guys. A lot of people are saying how they lost free agency, and things are not looking rosy, guys. As of now, LaFisha Collier, she says she's going to sign her deal. We still don't know about the ankles. She still hasn't been set to practice. So the healing process for her could be a minute. So we'll keep an eye and ear out for that. But I think a lot hinges on those ankles of LaFisha Collier as far as their success next season. Courtney Williams, She was able to secure her bag, 2 years, $2.4 million. So, and she and Letitia Heidelman was talking about, generational wealth and those sort of things. And hey, you got your nice contract now. So, that can definitely come to fruition now. So congratulations to you, C-Dub. Kayla McBride, also same deal, 2 years, $2.4 million for Kayla McBride. Solid player, all-star, all the things. So she gets hers. You bring in Natasha Howard on a 2-year deal, $1.4 million for her. So coming from the Indiana Fever, a lot of people in Indiana are sour that she left. But hey, you can't pay everybody. So, she gets a nice contract over here with the Lynx. And then Nia Coffey, 2 years for her, $700,000. Under contract, Dorka Uhas, who took the year off last year, she's come back. Anastasia Kosu, she's on the contract as well. Aubrey Griffin, and then Jalen Sherrod. She'll probably be on the training camp deal, more likely than not. But things get complicated now because at the draft, at the number 2 spot, you take Olivia Miles, the best playmaker to come into the league in quite some time, coming out of TCU. So she was the second pick in this draft. I think this is a player who, I tell you what, I have very high hopes for her and what she can do in this league. So she comes in. And then at the 45th pick, Lonnie White out of Utah, shooting guard. But this could be a trying season for Cheryl Reeve and the Minnesota Lynx. So we'll see what happens. To New York, the New York Liberty. And you talk about a team that had a very fine free agency. They did. Stewie Stan, she's like, teams don't even bother calling me. I'm staying in New York. So Stewie Stan, Sabrina already said I'm staying. Jonquel Jones looked like she's staying also. They're already talking to her about her deal. And then add on top of that, Satu Sabali says she's coming to New York, guys. And you know something? I think this is maybe a couple of years late, but she saw how they celebrated that team when they won the championship. I told you I went to the parade. She was on the float with her sister, Naira Sabali. So I'm sure in her mindset, she said, I want a piece of that. So Satu Sabali coming to Barclays Center to play for the Liberty. Yes. Also, guys, Rebecca Allen, remember her? She'll be back on a 1-year deal, $350,000, guys. So Rebecca Allen, she's with Chicago Sky. Wasn't a pleasant time there for her. She's talked about it even, but she comes back to a place she knows. So she'll be a nice fit here. Firepower off the bench, going to need that. Maureen Johannes, fan favorite. She'll be back in the fold as well. The terms yet to be announced as well. Seemed like New York Liberty, they're holding on to this money, see how they're going to allocate it. So there you go there. Also, guys, a couple of international players. Raquel Carrera, a center out of Spain. You're bringing her in. And then Annalie Malley out of Australia. 2 fine players, guys. playing overseas. Now they come into the Liberty, guys. Also, Dee Richards. She's coming back on a training camp contract. Now, Dee Richards, also a former New York Liberty player, so she could be back in the mix. Rebecca Gardner, will she come back? Benaji Laney Hamilton, Queen Bee, is she set to come back as well? In fact, they have the exclusive rights on her, so they could very well bring her back. And then another name of a player that used to be here, Han Yu. Han Yu could be back. The center, the Chinese center, she could be back for them as well, guys. So New York Liberty loading up, guys. And in the draft, of course, they drafted in the third round. They have a first or second. Manuela Puch out of Australia, a forward out of Australia. This is one of those draft and stash. They're still doing draft and stash with the Liberty. So, and under contract, Leonie Phoebish. So I'll be interested to see, of course, what happens with Natasha Cloud. Because listen, you can't pay everybody. So will she come back? We'll see what happens. But that's New York Liberty. Let us continue. The Phoenix Suns, another team that a lot of people said was a disappointment, guys. Yes, you bring back Alyssa Thomas, 3 years, $3.6 million for her. So she gets her max. Kalia Copper, 2 years, $2.4 million. So she gets a nice contract. Sammy Whitcomb, 2 years, $1.4 million for her. The Australian guard. And then Dewana Bonner, a 1 year deal, $500,000 for the veteran. And then Valerian Aya, a 1 year, also $500,000 deal. So there you go there. Under contract, Natasha Mack. She's still on her rookie deal. Catherine Westbeld as well. Monique Okoa Makani. You're hoping that she had a nice rookie season. You hope that she's grown a bit coming into her second season. And Kalani Brown, one of the few players that were actually veterans that were on the contract. So you have her in the fold. In terms of the draft, you went all international with the 27th pick, Inez Pitarch Granel out of France, a small forward, and then Esther Rakia out of Hungary, a shooting guard, guys. So Phoenix Mercury, again, Satu Sabali wasn't able to come return for them, so you got an issue there. They did lose some pieces in expansion. Alexi Hell gets picked by the Toronto Tempo. So, so Nate Tibbetts will have a challenge on his hands. His big three is not to be right now. So it'll be a tough climb. A lot of teams in the West have made improvements. So they'll be hard-pressed to duplicate what they did last year. Portland Fire. They signed their core player, Bridget Carlton, 3 years, $3.7 million. So she signs her core deal. Megan Gutherson, 2 years at $1 million. So Megan Gutherson, she wasn't going to get that kind of deal over there with the Aces. So she gets it with Portland. Carly Samuelson, 1 year, $360,000 for her. Now, in terms of those under contract, Louisa Gusel Sauter, she's under contract. Haley Jones as well. Nika Nika Mo, who you probably won't see her. She tore her ACL yet again. Nadia Puch, her sister, who was drafted with the New York Liberty, but she's coming to play on her rookie deal. So she's under contract. Carla Leahy, and then Sarah Ashley Barker as well, guys. In terms of their drafting, with the 7th pick, they took Ayana Martin out of Spain, a point guard. We'll see if she comes over. With the 17th pick, Frieda Brunner out of Germany, a power forward. And then later in the draft at 33, Sarah Williams out of UConn, the center. So Portland, one of the expansion teams coming in, were able to solidify a couple of players, bring them in. Oh, and also I forgot to mention Shug Sutton. I believe you'll have them coming on training camp deals. Shug Sutton, Emily Exler, Maya Caldwell, and Chloe Bibby. So keep an eye out for those players. The Seattle Storm, they signed their core player, Ezzy McBagor, 3 years, $3.7 million. So you have a player there that you can kind of build around. Natisha Heidelman, 2 years, $1.5 million. So she said, you know what? I enjoyed my time being there with my stud bud, Courtney Williams, but I got to go out here and get this money. So Heidelman will have a golden opportunity here with the Storm to definitely start. I see her starting over here when you give her that kind of bag. So great opportunity for her. Stephanie Dawson, Big Mama Steph, 1 year, $750,000 for her. So she goes west, guys, to play for Seattle. And then Jade Melbourne, who last played for the Washington Mystics, she gets a 1 year, $500,000 deal for her. And then Katie Lou Samuelson, 2 years, $840,000 for her. So great deal for her. As far as under contract, Dominique Malonga, and I tell you what, guys, I'm looking for her to have a outstanding season next season. Definitely a most improved player type season coming up for her. Also, Jordan Horston, she will be back, guys, and she'll be back. She'll be healthy. Remember, she missed all of last season. She was out with a knee injury. Lexi Brown, the other vet that was actually under contract, you have her in the fold, and you'll get Zaya Cook and Mackenzie Holmes on training camp deals. As far as their draft, I thought they had a sensational draft. You get at the 3rd pick, Awa Farm Diam out of Spain, the 6'4" center. I think she could play power forward as well. You get her in the draft. I think this is somebody you could stick right next to Dominique Malonga for many years to come, but she'll start off the bench, guys. You'll have Malonga and McBagor starting. So there you go there. At the 8th pick, well, they end up getting the 8th pick. Flau'jae Johnson out of LSU, a shooting guard. A lot of people say her senior season was kind of underwhelming. But listen, you're in the W now. You got to be locked in. I understand, you love your music and all that. But basketball definitely has to be your priority. I think it will be. And she has a golden opportunity here with the Seattle Storm to really make an impact on this league, guys. And then at the 14th pick, Tanya Muir out of Duke, a point guard. Some people say she was picked very high, in fact, too high. So we'll see. Maybe she'll prove a lot of people wrong. And then in the third round, you pick up Grace Van Sluten out of Michigan State, a power forward who the numbers may not bear out for her with all the bigs that's ahead of her in Magbagor, Dolson, Malonga, and her fellow draftee, our fam. So, DM. So there you go. So that is the Seattle draft. 2 more guys, and then I'll give you some players that are still out there. Toronto Temple. I tell you what, guys. As far as their draft, I thought they did fine, but in free agency, I thought that's where they hit the home run. Marina Mabry, 3 years, $3.7 million. So you signed your core player, so you got her locked in. Brittany Sykes, 2 years, $2.4 million. So you have your backcourt right there, Mabry and Sykes. I think that's a tremendous way to go, guys. In fact, I think that's not your backcourt, but these are your starters. Because more likely than not, you could slide Mabry to the small forward. Julie Alleman, 2 years, $850,000. That'll be your point guard, guys. So that's your starters right there. Mabry, Sykes, and Alleman. Isabel Harrison. I'll be very interested to see what she does here. 1 year, $400,000. So there you go there. Under contract, Niera Sabally. Like I said, guys, I'm really high on Niera Sabally if she's healthy. I think she will be the starting center for this squad. And I'll be very interested to see how she pans out. I think she'll pan out great. Aaliyah Nye, I talked about her. She's under her rookie deal. Lexi Held also under her deal. Katija Latska, also Nicolina Milchick, Christy Wallace, Maria Kalunakova, also on their rookie deal also, guys. So, and they tried to get Shakira Austin, guys, but Washington Mystics said, you know what, we'll match that money. So there you go there. In the draft, at the number 6 spot, they take Kiki Rice out of UCLA, the point guard for that squad, the one who, when big decisions were made, the ball was in her hands to get it to the right people. So she'll be there. She'll learn under Julie Alleman until it's her time to get in there. At the 22nd pick, Tioni Key out of Kentucky, a power forward, a big. So there you go there. And then the last 2 pick, a couple of Aussie players, Sandy Brondello, that's like written in the contract that she has to draft at least 1 player from Australia. Saffron Shields, a shooting guard, and Charlize Nunn out of Davidson, but she's from Australia, a shooting guard as well, guys. So a couple of players you can develop if you want to go in that route. So that's the Toronto draft, guys. Again, I think Toronto will end up being a team that can push for the playoffs, guys. I think that's how good they can be. And then the last team, Washington. Washington, who right now they don't have a lot of players under contract. Shakira Austin, as I said, she signs a 3-year, $3.6 million deal. That deal that they matched that Toronto offer sheet. And Michaela Honorway, who last played with the Chicago Sky last season, 2 years, $1.4 million. So she'll get every opportunity to shine here, if possible. So there you go there. Under contract, Sonia Centron. Hopefully she's healthy and ready come training camp. Kiki Ariafin, who's had a whirlwind of an off season. Also, Georgia Amore, who you're hoping to have her healthy. Remember, she missed last year with a torn ACL, so you're hoping to get her back in there. Lucy Olsen, a nice spark off the bench. I like what she gave them last season. And Madison Scott, who will probably be on a training camp contract, but she's a dog. She's a player that can play both ways. So hoping to see her on the roster. As far as the draft go, at the 4th pick, Lauren Betts. I mean, you can't get any better than that. For Lauren Betts to fall to you at the 4th position, you take that and run. Out of UCLA, center 6'7", absolutely huge wingspan, can protect the paint. I think this will free up Kiki Ariafin, free up Shakira Austin. They'll probably start her off the bench, I think. I don't think it'll be long before she's in there as a starter. At the 9th spot, you take Angela Dukalich, also out of UCLA. So Lauren Betts will have company as far as that go. She's a stretch 4, guys. So something that you kind of don't have on the roster, to be honest. So she could make her way to get some type of minutes here. At the 11th pick, Cody McMahon. Now, she's a player coming out of Ole Miss, small forward. I liken her to Emily Exler. She's a player that's going to play hard, but does she have a niche? Will she be able to break through? That's my question about her. Again, she should have opportunity here, so it's quite possible. But I think she's one of those players where it's not too many who's going to outwork her. So a nice pick, very nice pick, guys. At 19, Cassandre Prosper out of Notre Dame, a shooting guard, big shooting guard, by the way. And then Dariana Little Page Bugs out of Baylor, undersized power forward. And then in the 34th pick, Rory Harmon. I thought she would go higher, but for Texas, but she is an undersized point guard. But all in all, I thought Washington did great, guys. I thought they did very well. So they have a lot of room to throw money at people. I'll put it out here. I think maybe you get a Natasha Cloud to go back home to the team that she kind of made her bones with. So Natasha Cloud going back to Washington, I think that's a possibility right now. So they still have money they can present to people. So I don't think they're done by a long shot. So Washington, a team on the come up, I think. All right, guys. So that is it. Now, as far as your players that are still out there, I crossed Alicia Clark off the list because she ended up with Dallas. Uh, but at the top of my list, Natasha Cloud. I understand, I get it. The New York Liberty would love to bring her back, but you can't pay everybody. That's the bottom line. You can't pay everybody. So, will I love to see her back with the Liberty? You bet you. Yes. But I wouldn't be surprised if she moves on. Again, her going back to Washington makes all the sense in the world. Just a case of Georgia Amar isn't ready. I'm not sure if she's point guard. She can man the point guard position full time. So Tasha Cloud makes all the sense in the world for that team. Tina Charles, she still has a little gas left in the tank, playing for Connecticut last season. So Tina Charles, I don't know if she goes back to Connecticut. Maybe she does just for one more season, but I don't see her making that move to Texas. So maybe Tina Charles goes back for one more go around with Connecticut, possibly. A couple of guards who played for Indiana, actually a few guards. Ari McDonald for the Indiana Fever, also Odyssey Sims. I don't think either one goes back to Indiana, to be honest with you. Sydney Colson, not sure what's happening with her. Remember, she tore her knee up. I'm not sure if she's even back and healthy yet. But Ari McDonald, she wasn't healthy for Unrivaled. Hopefully she'll be healthy and ready for a training camp, whoever ends up signing her. Odyssey Sims, somebody should be signing her by now after what she did last year for the Indiana Fever. I don't even understand. So she's out there. Ariel Powers, who also played for the Fever last season, I think she's a player who can help a squad. Mercedes Russell for the Los Angeles Sparks, that's a player that's out there. Shatari Walker-Kimbrough for the Atlanta Dream, another player that can find a spot somewhere. Bria Hartley for the Connecticut Sun. I haven't seen where she ends up, so we'll see what happens with her. Diamond DeShields is another player that a vet that any team can use. Tiara McCowan of the Dallas Wings. Now, they waived her late in the season, and nobody really picked her up. Hey, she's a center. When you get the ball inside her, she's a bucket. But, she doesn't give you the rebound numbers. So, but hey, if you're a team that needs size, would she go to Indiana Fever? I don't know if she does, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I don't know about that. Emma Mieseman, who last played for the New York Liberty, I don't know if she goes back there. Where she goes, maybe she goes to Toronto. Maybe they have enough money to squeeze her in, and she plays for Sandy Brondello over there. We'll see. Tiffany Hayes, I don't even understand why she's not under contract. Played last year for the Golden State Valkyrie. She's a player who can help any squad. She's a pest. She's an irritant, but she's a highly effective player. So I don't even understand why she's still on the streets. Grace Berger, who played for Dallas Wings last year, I think the numbers don't bear it out for her to return there. So she's a player who can end up on a roster at the end of a bench. Lee Yuru. I talked about Lee Yuru. She played in Unrivaled, guys. I think it makes all sense in the world for her to go back to Dallas, but I haven't heard anything in that regard. So she's a stretch five who I'm sure teams can use one. So there's that. Celeste Taylor, who played for the Mercury last season. She's a Player who can defend, so you never can have enough of them. Elizabeth Keatley. My question is she fully healthy? If she's fully healthy, she can help a team. A big who I thought she was developing a bit over there with the Aces. She's a player you can bring in. Tiffany Mitchell, who was also with the Aces as well. Deja Kelly. I don't even understand. She's a bucket, guys. You try and tell me a team out there can't use her? That's crazy. Queen Egbo, a big that she's more defensive than anything else. So if you need a player on the inside to defend, Egbo could be your player. Heck, Indiana could bring her in. She once played for them, so that's an option. And then Kiana Williams, who last played for the Mercury, that's another player, a guard. You can definitely kind of a swing player that you can bring in as well. So, all right, guys, thank you for listening. As always, all things basketball with gd.com is the website. There you find my clips, my full episodes. Also on YouTube, I'm there, guys. Also, donate, guys. My Cash App is in the scroll, gdthatsportsdude, $GD Again, $GD is my Cash App. My donate buttons on the website, PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, Spotify donate. Also, email the show, all things basketball, gd@outlook.com. That's my email. Email the show, guys. Let me know what's happening. So there you go there. As far as social media, Instagram, TikTok, some Blue Sky, some Facebook, and that is all. Thank you for listening. As always, guys, I want to wrap up the NBA season as well, guys. We got a couple of play-in going on the next couple of days. So I want to put a bow on that and talk about some NBA stuff. So I'll be doing that very soon. I just got to put the content together. So thank you for listening. As always, guys, we'll talk soon. Take care.